Thank you, Kate. It is the only exhibition game that counts in the standings. Welcome to the ex-BMO Field on the grounds of the CNE. As fans flock in, Lapo and I didn't get our chance to get on the Ferris wheel. Maybe afterwards. It's a good crowd here. They're expecting the biggest crowd for an Argo game since 2018. They won the right to take the ball first. They will. As Grant standing back there for the kick return to Jake Herslow. The other returner back, and he finds some room. Jake Herslow. It's not over, but they got a lot of work to do in the second half of this season. Here's Arbuckle. Second leading passer in the CFL behind Bo Levi Mitchell. The Argos is Nick Arbuckle coming in. Their quarterback in the second down, and he jumps it off to David Ungerer. Easy first down to the 25, and that picked up by David Ungerer. 4 catches, 96 yards. First down, handing off. No, dumping it off now to McMahon after the fake to him as he cuts it back. Good work after the catch by Deontay McMahon. This third CFL team this season, just being signed recently, picked up from Hamilton, and Hairelahu puts that one through. 4 receivers out to the right. Looks over the middle, deep, it's caught. Oh, and a beautiful catch too by the leading receiver in the Canadian Football League, Keon Hatcher. Second down and 10. Rourke, pressure coming, gets rid of it, nearly picked off, and it's caught instead.
He gets the ball out of his hands as quickly as he can.
They run tempo, faking the handoff inside the 5. Touchdown BC. Javon Catoy.
Tempo play, try to go fast. Send a receiver on a BTL behind the line of scrimmage play. So it looks like a run play, but he has options to pull it. He pulls it immediately, beats the pressure on the outside. Touchdown to Catoy.
Catoy, yeah, his 4th TD of the season, Javon Catoy. Second down, at a shotgun. Rourke over the middle. It is caught, and trying to push through for a first down. Very close.
Roughing the passer. Toronto number 91.
McInnes falls forward for the first.
A net gain of 23 yards. Rourke again, completing again. Stanley Berryhill gets in on the yak.
These receivers play better too.
Looking very sharp right now. Second and short. Butler again. First down and more. James Butler working it down towards the goal line for the BC Lions. Butler.
Stunning play at the line of scrimmage. Really good push. A little bit of a double team right there on Lanier to create that little seam for Butler to get inside. Offensive line working really well. Butler making people miss. And Buck Pierce's system fits well for a tailback who's talented.
Second and 10. More heat on Arbuckle. Tries to set. He completes it too. That one, David Ungerer catches it. So that is a first and 10 now. Lions 53. Here's Arbuckle moving around again. Completes that off to the sideline to Vital by Toronto in the backfield. Next to Arbuckle. Looks to throw again to the right, and that is caught by Vital, who stays in bounds. It looks like he has another Toronto first down. Argos need some points. They open with a field goal. There's the toss inside. Sweeping to the right is Vital. And another good carry by Vital. Hairelahu 1 for 1 on the afternoon. 3 more on the board for the Argos. Nothing there. Second and 10. Here's Arbuckle throwing off to the left. That is caught past midfield and a first down. That's Dejan Brissett with the catch.
Argos going tempo.
Gain of 43. Here comes Toronto now in the Lion zone, completing that one as well. It's Brissett again. Back-to-back catches for him, and looks like another first down for Toronto. Taking a page out of the Lions book here, the way they looked in the first quarter. Working fast. Arbuckle completes that one too. Bouncing off and tackles Vital. Great work, Kevin Vital. Second down now. At a shotgun and looking and completing another to Vital, who turns around. More good effort. Arbuckle to the right, incomplete. Under wants a flag, and he's got one. Patrice Rene was in on the coverage down around the 5.
Pass interference. BC number 24. It's an automatic first down.
8 points down. Looking to throw again or take off and score. Touchdown, Nick Arbuckle.
Nick sees the linebacker leave. Nobody in the middle of the field.
Of course, they'll go for 2 to tie the score. And it's Spencer Brown getting into the end zone. points for the Argos. And Brown making an impact with his new team. At their own 49 and a 2nd and 10. And that penalty quickly throwing, intercepted Argos. Benji Franklin has it. Can they catch him there? Franklin takes it into the end zone for a Toronto touchdown.
This is film study. Benji Franklin knowing what's coming. He sits on the route and then undercuts it and makes the play. And he's got great hands to the football to make the catch. Catches it in stride, runs it back for the touchdown.
And suddenly it's the Lions in this first half in a hole. Seven McGee at the 12. Good return here for Seven McGee. At midfield, McGee is still going and finally tripped up down around the 35 of the Argos. 2nd and 9 after the 1-yard pickup by Butler. So Rourke kind of settled down, knocked away though. And this Argo defense is really standing up.
Major foul, roughing the passer. Toronto number 94. 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Lions down 7. Trying to get momentum back to fake the Butler. The throw, it is caught by Catoy. Hops into the end zone for the BC touchdown. And another one for big Javon Catoy.
The end's going to crash, but the linebacker's going to do what's called gap exchange. He's going to try to slow up the quarterback. But watch Nathan Rourke, how quickly he knows, I got to get the ball out of my hands. Gets it to Catoy with plenty of time for Catoy to make people miss. Nice acrobatics around the sideline by Catoy. But I love the throw, how quickly it happened from Nathan before the wraparound linebacker got to him.
2nd and 10. Arbuckle with the pressure coming. He does manage to get rid of it, and he completes it to Jake Herslow, too. Good work by Arbuckle under all of that pressure for a first down. So a 2nd and short from the 53. Running it is Spencer Brown. 3,000 yards passing this season. And on this first down, he's off to the left, wide open. Herslow inside the 20. You know, that's the consequence of a tempo offense. It's hard to get those replays in. Arbuckle trying to kill the Lions. More Mittal. Touchdown. And another touchdown pass for Nick Arbuckle. First touchdown pass thrown for Arbuckle in this game.
National big player like that.
Well, surprising how little BC has run the ball, but they do to start here, and that's the best carry for James Butler, the leading rusher in the Canadian Football League. Well, and continue to move the ball and run more. Faking that time, dumping it off to Keon Hatcher. He had a big catch to start the game of 30 yards and a big one there in the 2nd quarter. Here's Rourke, 1st and 10. Throwing quickly again, caught down inside the 5 to lead the way. That's from the 10. And up and through. Impressive opening drive of the 2nd half. Toronto still leading by 4. Here's Nick Arbuckle. Fakes the handoff. He's throwing it deep. Caught. Brissett. And way down inside the 15. The ball came out after he was tackled. It's Argo football. And a huge first down in one play. The Argos offense had something to say about this against BC's D. Here we go. Brown inside the 5. Had to get down to about the 4-yard line. Gets the ball. 3, 2, 1. Touchdown Argos. Spencer Brown finds the end zone again. And this time it's for 6.
Watch Spencer Brown. Matthew Betts makes an inside move. And if you're going to make an inside move, that you know the tailback will go outside. Cares about his players. Great X&O guy.
There's James Butler. Another good carry for Butler in this 2nd half as he works it up for a first down. He took over, and it was like didn't miss a beat in that Winnipeg offense. Throwing now is Rourke, wide open too, and stepping out of bounds is Keon Hatcher. He's evolved himself as a play caller, hasn't he? Rourke throwing again, open in the middle. That's McInnes inside the 10, 5, still going and down to the 1. Big moment here, late 3rd quarter. Handing off, lunging in, and a touchdown for BC. James Butler. Mazzoli dished it off to the top running back. in the Canadian Football League.
Haven't had success with the quarterback one, so move your tailback up, get him really close, let him jump over, get a little bit more of a running start, and then he can just jump over the pile for the touchdown.
Under 3 minutes to go, the third quarter. Rourke back in with time, end zone look, but no. McInnes, who's down, Darius Bratton in the coverage, and that just sails out. 50, looking to sustain another one of those long drives here now. They still have the lead, and Brown has the ball and a lot of room ahead. Spencer Brown after the catch. Got a touchdown, also ran in for a 2-point conversion. Arbuckle to throw, looking deep again to the end zone, touchdown! How about that? Jake Herslow.
Not a lot of man coverage in the Canadian Football League anymore. When you do, you like to take shots downfield. Here's a man look. Nick sees it right now, takes Jake Herslow. He comes back for that ball. Robert Carter is sick to his stomach.
And Edmonton now with 4 wins are in 5th place. Blitz coming. Rourke gets rid of it. Caught. First down. Aiden Eberhardt has it. Up near the BC 40. Just inside the Lions 40 for Nathan Rourke. On that 1st and 10. Rolling out to the right. Completes that pass to Keon Hatcher, trying to get as much as he can, but by the first down marker as well to get that stick down and get out of the way with Hatcher coming there. Here's Rourke. Pressure! Takes off. Nathan Rourke running. And running well inside the 40, 30, 20. Down to the 15 and out of bounds is Nathan Rourke. Up and through. Span of under 48 hours, so kudos to you, our Iron Man this week. Week 12. Here's Arbuckle. Deep again and open again. And Herslow. It is relentless as he reaches for the end zone. Another touchdown. In just one play.
Misdirection and then a play action pass. They're going to fake like it's a speed sweep in one direction, and then they're going to boot away. So fake it. Now you have the tailback as an underneath, but you're looking deep to see Gary Peters or the halfback if their eyes are distracted by the play action pass. Obviously were. Herslow makes him pay. Arbuckle makes him pay. Amazing touchdown on one play.
Couple of touchdowns down. 4:40 on the clock. Second down and 10. Rourke gets hit, loses the football, and the Argos recover. Toronto football. Wynton McManus coming in. Gets to Nathan Rourke before he can get rid of the ball.
Miscommunication. Wynton McManus is here, and there's a lineman right here. Like, the lineman slides down. All of them go this direction, and nobody blocks Wynton McManus. You cannot do that. You got to block. The left guard's got to stay. Corey Woodruff, I believe, has got to stay there and take the block of the inside B-gap player.
The Argonauts try to put this thing away. And running well, Spencer Brown had a good game for Toronto as he gets it up with a very explosive offense. 49-34 they lead. The running outside of Spencer Brown, securing another first down. They're going to the ground a lot, of course. Running the football, but up to 84 on the ground as a team. And adding to it now with Spencer Brown. Why not? 21 keeps chugging along. Spencer Brown. The points, but here's a little icing on the cake for Liram Iralahu. In this traditional game in late August, it was an exhibition of offense for the Toronto Argonauts. Buck Pierce, Ryan Dinwiddie shake hands. That man, Nick Arbuckle. A day to remember here at the CNE as the Argos, rough season that it's been, do manage their third victory of the year in style.